As ate, Hannah Poe Yamanzares.
Not sure how I'm gonna top that, but I'll try. Good evening. Again, for those of you who don't know me, because I'm usually just behind the scenes, my name is Hannah, Mama Susan's first granddaughter and Grace's daughter. Allow me to read from my script because unfortunately I'm not blessed with the same kind of talent that my mom has when speaking in front of a crowd. I just want to start with how it's really so heartwarming to see so many people who loved my Lola here today. I was going through my phone's gallery the past few days while thinking about her, looking for photos of the both of us and reminiscing our times together, which then led me to looking for photos of her on the internet as well. I found so many of those from when she was younger, and immediately I thought to myself, wow, she's always been so beautiful. I was going through all of these photos and realized that her beauty really was so timeless. I wish to age as gracefully as she did. Thinking about it even more, though, what made her so beautiful was the strength and the wisdom that she always carried with her. I lived with Mama Susan for a few years when I was growing up. As far back as my memory can go, she was always such a joy to be around, mostly because she indulged me the most when it came to my kaartehan as a kid. Almost every day, I would sneak into her dressing room and find all of her makeup in her dresser and try them on without her knowing, but I'm pretty sure she knew. Eventually, she would show me which ones were her favorite and the ones that she used whenever she would go taping. When she saw how fascinated I was by all of these things, she made it a point to sit down with me every time she could and put on makeup with me. When I got older and finally got my ears pierced, I remember how excited she was because she could finally share some of her jewelry with her apo. One of my favorite pieces that she got me were these beautiful diamond earrings, which I am wearing today. Clearly, as you can see, may taste si Lola. Sa kanya ako nagmana. Another story I'd like to share was when my mom was about to give birth to my younger sister Nika back in 2004. My mom was in labor for about 23 hours. So can you imagine me as a 6-year-old kid, bored out of her mind just waiting for it to be over? And of course, a little bitter because I was no longer going to be the bunso. And so Mama Susan made it a point to keep me busy. She knew that I was so into fashion even at such a young age. She took me to go shopping in Green Hills sa may Tiangge. At alam niyo naman kung gaano kainit at siksikan dun. Pero pumunta pa rin kami. Long story short, she bought me these long brown boots na may heels, by the way, because I was eyeing it the whole time we were going around. This just goes to show that although she already had the title of being the Susan ROCES, Queen of Philippine Movies, she was still so selfless and humble to have gone out of her way to make sure I was okay and that I felt loved. To be frank, Mama Susan and I didn't stay as close when I got older. I guess that's just how life is as we grow as individuals and go through life. I realize now, though, that it's one of my biggest regrets. However, we as a family would always make it a point to catch up with her every now and then, especially during the holidays. I always left conversations with her feeling so enlightened with all the knowledge and perspective that she would impart onto me. I remember visiting her one time in her lanai, and we were just making kwento almost the entire afternoon. I don't recall everything that we talked about exactly, but what I still bring with me until today is how much Papa Rani loved and cared for his family despite how busy he got. Mama Susan constantly reminded me to find someone who will love me just as much as he loved her and my mom, and to always forgive and stay patient, especially when it comes to those that we love. After all, we're all just human. As cliche as that may sound, sometimes it's good to be reminded of our limitations, and my Lola was who that was to me. Listening to the stories that have been shared the past few days about how matapang she was when it came to what she thought was right and when it came to those that she loved, it made me think to myself, oh nga no. It made me think of this one particular experience when I was younger that I will never forget. I was so scared of her. Papa Ronnie and I were playing the piano one day. And for some reason, nagalit ako sa kanya. Maybe it's because he played the wrong note or my momentum was destroyed, but he told Mama Susan, and when she found out, she went after me. She was so angry, I believe disappointed, but at that time as a kid, I was so scared. I ran to my bathroom, shut the door, locked it, and she was knocking and knocking and knocking and saying, Hannah, come out, you have to apologize to your lolo. I wanted to share that experience because it shows that she will really stand up for you, no matter how big or seemingly insignificant it may be. And it really teaches you a thing or two. Mama Susan was a realist. She always gave the hard truth. She didn't beat around the bush when it came to the way the world really works, and she always spoke from experience. Her perspective on the harsh realities that we live in really humbled and grounded me. I credit my dedication and perseverance despite the difficulties I face in life to her. She showed me true hard work, determination, and grit. I am blessed to have had such a strong role model and mentor like Mama Susan, and even more blessed to have shared her with all of you. Preparing this speech really gave me a chance to reflect on how much her cuentos, experiences, and presence have molded me into the person I am today. And until now, she's still teaching me lessons. She taught and reminded me to cherish and make the most out of the time we have with our family and loved ones, and most importantly, to always fix my posture and keep my back straight. I love you, Mama Susan, and will always be missing you.